Okay. Yeah. All right. Welcome to the studio, everybody. This is the outside of the building. In the window is where I normally am throwing. When you see me throwing on stream, we're going to be giving you a little bit of a studio tour today, showing you around all the different places I have set up in the building to work at. So, welcome to the studio, and come on in. Let me show you around a little bit. All right, so this is the front gallery, and to the left is my pottery wheel where you see me throwing. This is the infamous yoga ball that my cats keep trying to pop. That's the wheel. This is the area where I'm normally at. And I think we might even find a Kiba in here somewhere. He's underneath the table there. He's right next to you. Yeah. But this is it. It's always dusty, always a little bit dirty, but it's because I use a lot of clay. But we have the little gallery set up where people can come in and purchase things off the shelf, and then have a few tables in the back here. This is where some of the pieces were drying out, and over here I have my slab roller, where I roll out the slabs for hand-built platters and such, and also where I roll out the slabs for the medallions that I put on the mugs. Um, and then this is where I make my handles. This is my extruder, and I can fit a whole 25-pound brick of clay in here, and there's a die in the bottom where I can extrude out all my handles, and that's how I make all the handles for the mugs and such. I have my buddy Eeyore here sitting on my other wheel. This is a old kick wheel, so it's just got a wheel at the bottom that's just powered by your feet, and it will sit here and turn pretty evenly until it just slows down. So right now it's Eeyore's resting spot. And then I've got some stuff just scattered here and there because I've finished making a lot of the things that I'm doing as far as the throwing for right now. Today, later, I'm going to be working on another glaze. I'm actually about to finish up a bisque that I'm going to start in the kiln. We've had some electrical issues this morning. The power went out, so I couldn't get the bisque started as early as I wanted to because I couldn't see anything in here. So as we go back, the building is pretty long, and it's an old building. It was built in, I believe, the 1870s, and we got it. And so the brick you see on the wall is actually original to the building, and so are the floors, but they're covered in dirt right now. So we're gonna walk by the office where we have the computer and everything, and this middle room is where I do all the shipping. So I've got a big roll of bubble wrap on the floor, and then packing tape and peanuts everywhere in here, and bubble wrap. This is also the room where once everything comes out of the kiln, it gets brought in here and we organize it where the mugs on one side and the bowls according to color. Right now I've still got some greenware here drying, but and the shelves are pretty bare because I've been sending things out so much. Things haven't had a chance to actually sit around and gather much dust. But I'm going to go up a few steps here, one little flight of steps into the back room. As you can see, it's much dirtier back here, but this is where I keep all of the finished bisqueware before I glaze it, and then it's where I do some of the clay reclaiming. So I've got piles of just broken pieces of clay back here because everything that breaks, like, had a handle that broke off of a mug. So instead of just throwing this in the trash, I'm just going to soak it in water and then lay out the moist clay on a plaster slab, which I have over here, and then let them dry out. So if you want to show them the table of plaster slabs to the left, these are actually just old molds that I've acquired. I just use the plaster to dry out the clay. And then once that dries, I can bring it over and put it in my pug mill, which is also back here. And again, this place is kind of scatterbrained right now with all the work I'm trying to get out. This is it's the high production time. This is my pug mill, and it's also right now it's being used as a stand for more mugs. But we put the clay in here, and it mixes it up, and we've got a air compressor behind it that will suck all the air bubbles out of the clay, vacuum in the back, so that it will suck all the air bubbles out, so that I can use it for throwing without worrying about having air bubbles that might ruin the piece. And then we've got our clay over here. We've probably still got about at least another 1,000 pounds of clay over here to go through. And then in the corner I have the buckets full of wet clay soaking that I will later put on the plaster slabs as reclaim. And then of course piles of broken pieces here that will get smashed up and be reused. And all the pieces on the wall, they have all been bisqued, and I will be glazing some of these today. I'll move them over to the glazing area, and this is just another table I have set up so I can spread out. When I'm glazing and I talk about my extra table behind the lights, this is what I'm talking about, just a board set on another couple of buckets. And then I'm going back here to, this is normally my glazing area, but because I have all the cameras set up here, I've been cleaning the bisque, cleaning the greenware, preparing it for a bisque. And if we want to, we can go over and look in the kiln to see what I actually have in there. Had to move things around a little bit to accommodate some of the cameras, but the kiln over here, let's see what it's at. It is at, this is the glaze that I fired yesterday. It is not telling me the temperature. Takes it a second. It is at 713 degrees. So that one, actually, I probably will be able to open that one tonight. But I'm going to fire this one today. And as you can see, I'm in here stacking the bisqueware or the greenware in here for a bisque glaze. And you can do this when in the greenware when you're firing a bisque, because there's no glaze on it. It's not going to stick together. So I can stack it up. I may stack it a little bit higher, but I'm just going to finish up cleaning the pots that I have and put them in here and start this kiln and then start working on a glaze. So let us set up our cameras a little bit and I will be right back on. Okay, we're good? Okay. Well, then I guess I'm going to get started.